Hey, what's up guys, this is Styles, and I'm going to be casting a game between Root Destiny spawning as Teal Zerg and Fnatic Rain spawning as Green Terran. It's going to be a TVZ on MLG Metalopolis. And one thing about this before, about these players before I go on is that, I've casted these two players before and I'm glad to have them back. And one of the things is that, Fnatic Rain, like I said before, is no longer in the clan TSL, but I've usually called him TSL Rain because I'm so used to it. And pretty much, yeah, it's the same reason why I call Root Destiny still like Root Destiny instead of just Destiny. Root Destiny is no longer in the clan Root because the clan Root got bought out by Complexity, I think. So that's why you'll see people like Complexity Cats and Complexity Minigun instead of Root Cats and Root Minigun because because of the whole thing with Complexity. And oh my goodness, I love you, Rain. Rain, you are just completely awesome. Okay, what happened was that usually Zerg players love to send their overlords to the close air position, because the overlord will get there soonest. They send that so that they can see if their opponent is spawning there. What a lot of Zergs do is that they'll send their overlord just in range of the command center or the nexus, and the moment they see the command center or nexus, they'll just pretty much move the overlord away, because the overlord got sight of the command center, but then the command center or the nexus would not be able to have gotten sight of the overlord initially. So the overlord will quickly move away, and the Zerg will know where the Terran is spawning, but the Terran will still not know where the Zerg is spawning. So they'll still have to send their SCV out to scout all around the map before they reach, the Zerg base. So that's that's just a little mind trick that you can do in the beginning of the game. What Rain did actually was send an SCV out to where the overlord would normally be at this timing, and because he saw the overlord, he knows that Root Destiny is going to be spawning in close air position. So that was a little bit of just like those kind of small plays really matter in the pro level of play, and that was actually really cool that he did that. It looks like we're gonna see a Macarax coming out of TSL Rain, aka Fnatic Rain. He's gonna be dropping the barracks down on the low ground, being able to reinforce the army that much quicker, being a little bit of a proxy barracks, not really that much of a proxy barracks. And so yeah, we're gonna start off this game with some really early harass, putting on a lot of pressure on Root Destiny so that Root Destiny can't just comfortably get that expansion. But Root Destiny not phased at all. Looks like he is going to go for that expansion, even though he did scout that Macarax going on. And Queen on the way, and a couple more Zerglings on the way. This is a good response to this Macarax. He really needs a lot of army units at this point. He cannot just drone up as comfortably as he wants at this point. I would like to see him throw down a Roach Warren as soon as possible, though, because Roach Warrens actually, Roaches just eat up Marines non-stop. Like, Marines do nothing to them, because the amount of armor and health that a Roach has, also doing the amount of damage that they do to these Marines, is just phenomenal. So we'll see if anything happens, if Root Destiny does go for that. And ooh, that was actually good thing Root Destiny did not destroy that. The reason why these neutral supply depots are placed here is just so that people can't wall off using cheesy builds like bunker rushes or crazy for Protoss. At least they like to place 3 pylons and start building cannons around. So that's the reason why this neutral supply depot is here. So if Root Destiny actually destroyed that, that would actually be bad for him. It looks like, ooh, really good placement of these bunkers. Will this stupid Marine let the second bunker go down? It looks like he will finally get kicked out of there. And this is really good placement of these bunkers, actually, making sure that these Marines are completely walled off. And oh my God, losing so many Zerglings on the run by. Oh my goodness, those Zerglings did take a lot of damage as they ran by that barracks, and he did lose 2. So still taking a lot of damage from these Marines, and these Marines are now getting pretty baldy and chasing down these Zerglings. Oh my God, the Queen! He might lose the Queen. Root Destiny! Oh, he loses the Queen. Oh man, this bunker rush is doing a lot more damage than I thought it would. And what I said before is that these bunkers would be usually vulnerable to any sort of crazy a Zergling attack on the SCVs and the bunkers themselves. So what Rain did is actually put him in a position where the Marines could protect the bunkers themselves. And it looks like Root Destiny is just gonna try and make a run by of some sort. He says, "Forget the base. I don't even care. I'm just gonna go into your base and try to wreak havoc there." But so we'll see if Root Destiny is going to be able to get in there. It looks like there's not even a supply depot in position to pretty much wall off the space completely. But Root Destiny is taking the long route. No, he's just going to be chilling here for a little bit. This is actually a really bad decision if you ask me, because now the wall off is going to be complete for TSL Rain. So, Root Destiny, you're not going to be able to do that much damage now that the wall off is complete. And now Root Destiny is going to start losing his natural. Oh my goodness, Root Destiny, what are you going to do? But like I said before, he was able to place these bunkers in a position that the Marines would be able to protect it, but usually then the Lings would be able to get a surround on the Marines. But good placement meant that the Marines would be in this pocket area where the bunkers were surrounding them, so that the Lings would not be able to get a surround on the Marines. And looks like there's also going to be a command center going up for Fnatic Rain. So Fnatic Rain doing a really great build right now. He was able to put on some really good pressure on Root Destiny, able to pick off his natural and then quickly transition into a macro style play, getting that CC up as soon as possible. And now Root Destiny is trying to take out this barracks, won't even be able to get the barracks out right now. Doing a lot of damage with this bunker rush. Fnatic Rain, you're pretty much destroying this right now, and being able to salvage that bunker. And now the damage has been done. It would be wise for Fnatic Rain to just pretty much back out now and just gain his troops. I can't imagine him doing anything more with this bunker rush, although if he keeps his units here, that will definitely mean that Root Destiny won't be able to drop down a hatch anytime soon. So either way is really good. And it looks like Root Destiny isn't going for any sort of crazy roach bust or anything like that. So actually, Fnatic Rain keeping his bunkers here is doing a lot more damage than I thought it would. Like, I feel like I said that two times, because usually people drop down a bunker rush. They do a couple a little bit of damage. They're usually able to pick off a hatchery of some sort, but not usually a queen and like a grip ton of zerglings. And then they usually back out because they expect the zerg player to just roach, gather a couple ton of roaches and pretty much just bust down the ramp and kill everything. So they don't want to use those units, so they usually back out. But it looks like Root Destiny opts out not to get that roach war and instead just going for lair text. So I'm guessing he's just gonna work on infestors, because he did in fact get that second gas up. No need to get that second gas up if you're just gonna go for some sort of roach play indeed. And it looks like Root Destiny might lose this queen, getting devilishly close to losing that queen once more. And if he lost that queen, that would be just doing so much damage. But finally able to plant down this spine collar. Fnatic Rain does not have anything in position to pretty much go up the ramp and get vision of the high ground. So this spine collar will be able to just poke away at this bunker, no problem. So looks like Root Destiny will finally be able to get out of this situation alive. Looks like, oh, salvage going down. Oh, sour about that. And yes, I did steal that term from Lag TV, but what can you expect? I'm a big fan of theirs. But anyways, yeah, that sucks because Root Destiny is finally able to get out of this contain pretty much. But, you know, TSL Fnatic Rain just pretty much salvages the bunker and he loses only 75 minerals instead of 100. So yeah, there goes all these zerglings making their way across the map right now. I'm pretty sure he's just going to try and pick up this last bunker because apparently the spine collar wasn't in range of this last bunker. Still though, that's still a lot of zerglings lost in this engagement, and then finally those marines are going to die. Finally being able to break out of this contain, but there's still going to be a lot of marines heading towards his wave right now. It looks like, and it looks like there's also going to be a Hellion able to roast a lot, do a lot of damage on these zerglings, and then the marines pretty much finishing off the weakened zerglings. This does. Oh my God, this harass is pretty much never ending for Root Destiny. Root Destiny is good cancel on the hatchery so that he won't be able to like lose the hatchery really off, but good scan will mean that the queen is going to fall for Root Destiny, and Root Destiny now again in a bad position where there's going to be a Hellion in his base and a couple marines just running into the base right now. Will he be able to focus down this spine collar as soon as possible? Looks like the spine collar will finish rooting down, and looks like he will also lose that Hellion, and now the zerglings are trying to get a surround on these marines, but the marines, and with good micro, will be able to stay alive for a lot longer than they should have. But finally getting that surround off, and the marines will finally fall. It looks like he's finally going to be able to get that hatchery up. But Root Destiny still, if he really wants to stay in this game, he's going to need to think about like double expandy or something, because this base has been up for Rain for so long. I mean, look how well saturated it is already, getting up those gas geysers and everything. So, you know, Destiny needs to consider doing something like as soon as possible so that he can get back into the macro game. Looks like there's going to be 8 marine drop right now. Will he be able to pick up the 1 overload? That'll still do a lot of damage. And looks like the pathogen glance is almost done for Root Destiny, and there's going to be 2 more infestors on the way. So right out the gate, they'll be able to drop down some good fungal growth on top of these marines. Looks like he's going to try and focus down the infestation pit, but infestation pit is still already finished with the fungal growth. I mean, the energy upgrade and fungal growth, it was able to be dropped as soon as these infestors got out the gate. Looks like the medevac was only able to drop like 5 marines or so. So yeah, and then the zerglings were able to pick up the rest. Excuse me. And it looks like there's gonna be a good transition by Rain, able to get some ghosts up as soon as possible. As soon as he saw those infestors, he realized he needed that EMP to pretty much end their energy. And whoa, getting really close. If Root Destiny was able to drop down a fungal, oh, actually no way, he already used his fungals. But even so, if he was able to drop some fungals on those marines, that would have been devastating. And so yeah, oh my goodness, is this a 3rd command center by Rain? Rain is just going to heavy macro mode now that he knows that he's so far ahead of Root Destiny. Root Destiny seriously does not have a base up, and look, I love what Rain is doing. Rain has like marines placed all over the map at every expansion pretty much, so that he will know when Root Destiny is getting another base up. This is what a lot of Zergs love to do. They'll leave like one Zergling burrowed or some sort. Oh, good fungal growth on top of the army of Rain. Oh my god, doing so much damage to these Marines. All these Marines are in the orange right now, and it's gonna just sap all the energy out of this medevac. If he can get another good clutch fungal growth on top of this army, he'll be able to do so much damage because the siege tanks won't be able to do anything on these Zerglings. But it looks like there is one ghost in that army. If the ghost is able to drop down a clutch EMP himself, he will be able to stop these infestors. These infestors have to be split up if Root Destiny wants any sort of chance at winning this game right now. Root Destiny has to drop down a really good fungal growth, man. Oh, dropping down snipe, pew pew, and he's quickly able to drop that infestor. But now that means he won't have enough energy for the EMP. If Root Destiny wants to make a move, he needs to make the move right now while the ghost does not have energy to EMP. But it looks like these Zerglings are going to be running in. These infestors are going to be able to drop down some good fungal growth at the top of the army. But there's such a good split on these Marines that Root Destiny won't be able to get a completely all-engulfing fungal growth, and all these infestors are out of energy and now just being sniped by the Marines. Another good fungal growth on top of them, but it's only going to grab 3 Marines, and there's going to be the GG by Root Destiny. And he says, I got shattered by that last play. And wow, what a great play by Fnatic Rain. I mean, the entire time putting on some crazy harass, dropping on that insane bunker rush, and then quickly able to transition to a macro style play, getting that macro lead, and then getting that like the standard Marine siege tank composition, getting that medevac also to heal up those Marines after those after those fungal growths, and then getting that ghost to pretty much EMP the infestor. So what a great read by Fnatic Rain, able to pretty much take the game by just straight up picking apart his opponent. What a great play. But you know, I can't wait to see what Root Destiny's response is going to be after this game in round 2. So yeah, see you guys in round 2, guys. Peace.